It's the righteous vigilante J-Mar Creek, and you're tuning in to Minds Wide Open. Hey, yo, check it out. This is mainstream, never mainstream. You're tuning in to Minds Wide Open Media.
Shout out to the Florida Vibe Directory. You're now listening to the best playlist in South Florida.
Yo. We are back with another episode of the Florida Vibe Directory. Today, we got a special guest today. But first, I want to announce we got my B mic today.
Yes, sir. You already know, man. Hey, I've been doing all the shows on Minds Wide this whole week, man. You already know it's your boy Gabe Belly back with another one.
The hardest working man in Minds Wide right here.
Let's go. Wait, hold on, Soulmar. Can I do it though, bro?
What's up?
Soulmar got that sound. That's it, right?
Yeah, that's one of my tags.
That's the one I
How
know.
many tags you got?
I got like 5.
Okay.
See, my man. Do you got one for like specific types of
We would
music?
have read through all of them right now.
Like, we got the lo-fi tag, the hype tag.
I kind of use like pretty much for that reason. And like after a while, like I kind of picked up like I could just switch, you know, because sometimes
the pitch on it and shit like that.
yeah,
right?
because like my first one is Soulmar Let It Bang.
See,
And you know-
I ain't get the bang beats.
But
I
like-
just got the sound beats. I ain't get the bangy, man.
Yeah, nah, you could tell the difference from that alone. You know, like I wouldn't put down the R&B. It's just like okay.
But all right, before we get into it, let me just go ahead and introduce the homie real quick. So to the right of me, we got one of the hardest working mans out here in Broward County, producer, engineer, has produced some of your favorite tracks from artists that you heard around here. Credits, we could go through some of the credits: KG, The Den, The Real Waldo. You know what I'm saying? We got Grindhouse Finest in the building. Y'all
Shout
make some
out.
noise one time for my boy Soulmar. Let's fucking go, man. How you feeling today?
I'm feeling pretty good. I'm a little bit like I need some water. Hold up.
We got that. We got that.
We got the water.
I got that
We
water.
got the water. How you feeling today, Gabe?
Shit, I'm chilling, dog. Hey, shout out Julio the Barber. You see, I'm on my Dougie right now.
Shout out Julio.
Shout out Julio the Barber, man. Shout out Julio. But
We got our man Cool Hand
Shout out
Luke in the
Julio.
back.
Yes,
Shout out
sir.
Julio. We got Cool Hand Luke working the boards today.
the legend.
And over there on the couch, I actually just changed his name like 10 minutes ago.
Can I do it though?
Go ahead.
I said good day, sir.
We got one good day on the
Let's
couch.
go. Let's fucking go, man.
All right. So give us a little introduction to yourself, Soulmar.
So,
I'm just call him Julio.
I'm a producer and an engineer. I'm a co-founder of Grindhouse.
Okay.
So I was there with KG. Like I was the first person there with him, and like as we kept growing, like we got one good day over there.
The boy.
I mean, it's like, that is not my name, but I'll let y'all rock.
Yeah, but like I just kind of like built this with him. I first like got into it like I was making beats on the phone.
On the
and,
phone?
like, yeah.
You make beats on your phone. What?
What app were you using?
Yeah, I was using FL. They have like a mobile version.
Word?
Actually, yeah.
Like Call of Duty mobile?
See, like, hey, you could play games like that on there. You'd be surprised. Like,
Yeah, but
you
the
could
same
do
way
it.
you could enjoy that, you can go to the next level with beat making, honestly.
Facts.
Yeah, like like that was just kind of like all right. Like on the phone, I think at the time it was like $8 on the Android or whatever at the time. So I was like, it's only $8. I'm gonna just try it out. Like I like music and shit. Like like I've like my playlists on like songs on like my Spotify right now is like 4,000.
So your music taste is all over the place.
Yeah, it's everywhere.
So
But
like when it came to production, what would you say was like the early influences for you?
I'd say like hip hop for sure. Like that's kind of what I grew up on, and some like a little bit of R&B too.
Any like specific producers, Timbaland, RZA, any one of those that really stood out to you?
Timbaland, like he does like some crazy stuff. Like I really find his organic like style really crazy,
That
really
bounce.
creative, and like my favorite is like Kanye. Like seeing how like he even came starting as a producer even, and just like regardless of everything, he just kept pushing. He believed in himself so much, and like
sir.
he's like even from when he was at his lowest, he was still like preaching like the highest he's gonna reach, and then years, decades pass, and he actually achieves those things like that he spoke on behind the scenes too. Because I watched some of this on the documentary too. It was like crazy just seeing him like say from like when he was before college dropout.
Right.
Literally saying like he's gonna be like the most profitable, fashionable rapper.
Everyone thought he was crazy when he was saying that, but
Yeah.
now look at him now.
All facts, no
You
cap.
feel me? Like I feel like right now, especially like even as I continue growing and like evolving myself in the music, he became a lot more of like inspirational to me just to see like because I've seen his story still continue to unfold too.
I
Because
dig it though. Like,
you know,
you want to see the narrative change on you from just being a producer or an engineer to actually getting that artist respect.
you know, I feel like I'll be comfortable in whatever area I feel like the song is necessary in. You know, like I feel like I want to get to a point where like yeah, like I can get on the mic, it's like cool, but like I want to get to a point where like I'm making actually like the best music that I can, and if I know like okay, this beat is dope as fuck and I fuck with this vibe, but I'm not doing it justice, and I really feel like these other artists I can get on here can do it like in that aspect. I want that.
So you're not scared to outsource, is what you're saying.
Not at all.
I dig it. I dig it
You
for
know?
sure. For sure.
I feel like my most growth I've had is actually like collaborating. You know, it's because I'm always like in someone's radar. You know, like I'm always someone like I'm talking to, some last for years, some probably last a song or two, but you know what? Like you know like who you work with the best throughout the years.
I dig it.
How do you pick collaborators? Like, how do you choose who do you want to work with?
So when I first started doing like collab tape, when I like I'd say like 2019, 2020, around that area, like I kind of just went like, okay, I'm going through Instagram. I'm just finding shit ton artists because I'm just like going crazy on the research and I'm just finding a bunch of artists and shit. And I'm just following everybody, looking at the content. I wasn't too picky at first because I just wanted to like
To be heard type shit.
Yeah, like
I dig it.
I wanted the
Build that
attention,
portfolio.
you know, like I wanted like I got so many emails. I sent out so many emails in my first year. I literally had to get a whole new email because
The storage was
just
full.
the storage from sending beats and sending mixes and shit was full. You know, so like I literally have 2 emails just for it. And then my second email started getting full now. So I said, fuck it, I'm gonna buy the Google shit and just get 100 gigabytes out.
I dig it.
You know, or 1 terabyte, whatever the highest they got.
I dig it
Literally.
for sure.
And just because, like, I know I'm gonna keep doing this. I know I'm gonna keep doing this. I ran through a whole laptop already.
Damn.
I burnt that shit out.
Damn.
Like, I think by the end of it, I got like really close to 2,000 files on that one computer
Damn.
in 3 years.
My man's
You know,
working.
like I already know I'm gonna be in here. I might as well just pay it, like especially when it comes to like the storage. I know I'm gonna need that.
Nah, I definitely felt that.
So what's the origin story of Soulmar? Was it music running in your family? Like, what got you into
How
it?
did you get that sound?
Yo, we might have to do Daniel Gabe as the regular Florida vibe.
Yo,
got this?
the Hispaniolas, bro, we taking over, dog.
Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt. Good question.
But I mean, like I don't think like my mom, my dad, my sisters, they don't do any music related stuff, or I don't really even see them doing anything creative beyond like, you know, work probably like what they do. Like I always see them. My dad does roofing, so he's always been kind of into construction, like you know. And I see him
Hardworking and shit
Yeah,
like
but
that.
like I also see him doing like the one thing that I'm also like kind of taking influence is outsourcing, because he would like get a job, they would pay him a good amount, but he's like, I'm not doing this shit.
And then he'll go and like find
Yeah.
other people to do the job
Yeah,
and
like
shit like
and
that.
like literally, he would literally try to outsource and just like he would like get his friends first. You know, cool, I can get you a job. I paid this much. You just do this, whatever. Like I seen him do like that aspect of
Word.
like business. Like I've seen it since I was like a kid. So I kind of like I feel like now especially it's kind of showing more when I get more work.
So like kind of to piggyback off of JP's question here though.
Yeah.
So like what kind of music was in your house growing up? Was it like merengue, salsa,
I don't-
bachata, reggaeton? Or
I
like,
don't really remember my parents playing music like that.
Really? So like
Yeah.
your old boy don't get drunk like on Friday night.
Like I say, okay, if we talk about that, you know what? You're right. You know, I'm not gonna lie.
You know?
Yo,
he's
what'd
kind
your
of
dad play drunk on Friday night?
You know, he's on point with that one. Actually,
So
now,
Ru-
actually
Ruben
started-
Blades
yeah,
and all
now,
that
now,
shit, bro.
yeah. Now I'm starting to remember. You know what? I'll walk out the house.
You see-
he would be out there, he's just having a good ass time.
As as I got older, I realized though, like that there's like just how there's like subconscious in hip hop and things like that. There's sub genres when it comes to like Spanish music. Like I feel like salsa specifically is like the lyrical version of like Spanish music because like it's like niggas telling stories and
That's
like
the Spanish bars.
basically like like oh like this dude died and like all crazy shit. You'll be like damn, like you'll be in the club dancing your ass off, but it's like a fucking morbid ass song that you're
So
like.
who's the
listening to.
Kendrick of salsa?
Oof.
That's
Oof.
interesting.
I mean, it depends because it's just like the legends are like so untouchable. Like the one thing about like I could say like about salsa specifically is like I haven't seen like a new salsero come out. You get what I'm saying? In like I grew up, it was the same niggas that it is now, bro. Ruben Blades and Hector Lavoe, like all them niggas that was them niggas back then is still the same niggas now. You feel me? But
Yeah.
I'll probably say Ruben Blades though, because like he been doing this thing for a minute.
So what was the music that inspired you? Since like there wasn't that much music that you remember, like what inspired you to actually get into the music?
So like, I feel like whenever I got into like elementary when I go to school,
Okay.
I
Sorry.
I would associate a lot with like I'll get like along with a lot of people like at my school or whatever. So I usually be like with like chilling with friends or whatever. Like I'll have like the same friend like for like years.
You from like Broward or like
Yeah, Broward. I came off Pompano, really. Like most of my life I grew up in like Pompano. At least in my childhood I grew up in.
more north than from here.
Yeah, so like I came from Pompano, so like I feel like out there, besides the music that he said, my dad be drinking shit. Yeah, like he would listen to that at home, and then if I go to school, like those kids, like they'll listen to a lot of hip hop or they'll hear R&B. Like I've been kind of like performance arts, I guess you could say, like in a little choir. When they have little kids go out there and just
Are you
start
in the
singing
choir?
songs.
Now
Yeah, like I was like I've been in there like
Christmas caroling.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, I remember.
Soulmar was out there hitting his falsetto.
But nah, I remember like doing that too. So like I kind of feel like I didn't really have any music that I really focused on. I really specifically remember. I just remember like listening to that, listening to this, and then like whenever I was in whatever like creative aspect I am, I listen to certain music or because like it requires it. Like if I'm in band, like I used to be in a marching band, like I'll listen to a lot of the music that was there, and like that's. Especially the dancing routine.
You're saying like the football game shit like that.
No, but like I did concert band too.
put some
So like
respect
they
on
have, but he's not wrong though. They would literally do that. Like I remember playing Power. I remember playing
the
like
Chips Ahoy
some-
song and shit like that.
Oh.
Dun.
Oh yeah,
come on,
Chips-
man.
that's a Chips
That
Ahoy
shit, hey,
song?
I ain't
Yeah.
gonna lie though. That shit was fun as fuck. Like just playing that shit, just like even
what
the
instrument
energy
did you
of it.
play, though?
I played trombone. Yeah.
So you
like,
had your arm in that thing, like
I'm like fucking sliding, bro.
Damn.
I don't know why I picked like the most confusing looking instrument. When I walked
you
in.
chose that instrument?
Yeah, I chose it.
I always wondered how that worked. Like I always thought the teacher was like, "Yo, you about to play this trombone."
you thought it was like football type shit where they just like, look at you and put you in the position like
you was like, "All right, you too small. You can't play this big ass thing, so we're gonna give you a little trumpet."
yo you got swag. We gonna give you the trumpet.
They let you, at least in my school, they let you. I went to Ely, and in Ely, our band director, he lets you pick your instruments for the most part, and like I've seen the shortest, most scrawniest kid on tuba, and this man would literally run around in the tuba dance routine, running back and forth from the field, practice, crazy. But like he was short, scrawny. We would just look at him, we're just like, dang, like.
He got that heart of a lion though.
I remember I used to
for
watch
real.
the band practices when I was on the football team, and this thing like, damn, I'm a bench player, so they working out way harder than I am.
Yo.
Just watching like they were running sprints and shit. I'm like, what
Yeah.
for band? That's just crazy.
Yeah, you gotta have that win, bro.
Yeah,
You
no,
gotta
for
have
real.
that win.
They had me running around the whole school. Like when it was like summer camp.
Bleachers and everything.
Nah, in the morning they'll literally be like, okay, this is the field, one corner of the school. We're gonna run around all of these buildings, and like I don't know if you ever been to Ely or seen Ely before. This is like a lot of big buildings. So like we run around all the big
got
buildings,
comfortable
going to the
benches.
front, going all the way to the field, and just coming through like the box or the cage, and then going right back to that field. It was like such a long run, and like they had us do like 3 laps like that every morning.
Damn, so you played like all throughout high school?
I played my freshman, sophomore year, my junior year. I was kind of like not in school as much.
So you were
By
smoking
that
weed.
point.
So junior
Nah,
year was when you started smoking
nah.
weed.
That's where everyone started.
No, but like in my junior year, I actually moved like 2-3 times. So like I was just kind of like, you know, that living situation and all, like I just wasn't going to school.
You wasn't
as much.
structured type shit.
You know, like my school was in Pompano and I ended up in Oakland and then Sunrise.
Damn.
So like it was far, and like sometimes like if I don't get up way early, like I'm not gonna make it to school.
So he's like, fuck it.
I mean, shit happens though, you know.
Nah, I mean, shit, it's part of the journey, though.
It wasn't like you would just skip a school, just say fuck it. It was like, bro, like that's just far as hell. I'm not gonna waste my time. I get it.
Nah, trust me.
But it seemed like even at a young age, you were like well rounded in music. You said you were in the choir. You're already
like I never really thought about it till like people start asking me questions about it, and I'm like, oh, you know what? I did do this, I did do that, you know, like.
You ever like had like an interview and then after you're like, fuck, I had this perfect story for it to share and shit like that.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes I do be thinking about that, like,
because I think about that shit all the time.
It's like because like sometimes like. I'm the type of person where like I'm focused so heavily on like what's in front of me, you know, like especially like if I'm in a room and I see like a computer and I can get on FL whatever or Logic. I'm learning Logic, so like I can get on either one and like I could record or make a beat. Like that's what I'm so focused on, and I'm getting these sessions. I'm making beats. I'm going to work. I'm doing my driving deliveries. I'm doing whatever fuck I need.
You hustling.
You know, like I'm so focused on those things that like. I don't really reminisce too much about like my childhood like that, like crazy. I don't just sit around thinking about like, oh, I did this when I was in high school. I remember that's funny.
I felt
whatever.
that.
Like I just like the only time like I really think about those things when people ask me the questions, and I'm just like, okay, like I did do these things, you know, like you know, for a while I didn't tell people I was in a choir because I didn't remember that until like after a while. It's like, you know,
How old were you when you were in the choir?
I was in elementary. I went to two different elementaries.
So it was early.
Yeah, like I remember I was like all the way up to like I've been in there in 4th grade, 3rd grade, something like that around that time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was all of that stuff like your parents put you in, or was it something that you wanted to do?
To be real with you,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really care. I was just like, fuck it, I'm here. Cause like that's literally how it felt to be. Like I just remember one day I was in choir. And they told me to sing these things. I don't know. I think it was a school, maybe even. And I was just kind of like, okay. And I just went with it. I never really felt like a reason not to do it.
I felt
because
that.
I didn't mind it. You know,
Were you fired?
Huh?
Were you fired with the singing?
Well, I'm not on no track right now, so I don't know.
But back then, like, was that like?
I don't know. To be honest,
Were you confident? Like, ooh, like I'm singing right now. Like, that.
Nah, it's like
Like I did.
sometimes like I'll joke around. I'm just like if I'm at work, I work in a restaurant, and like one of our calls that we have to do is when someone says something, you say heard, you know, and like at first I was like, I'm not gonna say this shit. This is so weird. This is so dumb.
But you gotta say what?
Yo,
You gotta
fight
say
me
heard.
then. Fight me. If you ain't saying heard, we ain't getting nothing done.
Right? No,
Wait,
but
like,
I-
you're saying like heard, like if
But
you
then-
tell
Yo, I need black beans. Heard.
Oh, heard.
Oh, okay.
Got you. Yeah.
But that's very common in like,
Yeah,
a restaurant.
but like-
Because
Yeah, because
But
if
yeah.
you don't acknowledge,
because yeah, even
are we
like,
doing?
even when I worked at Starbucks, it would be like behind you, heard, like
Yeah.
you know, like certain like little phrases.
bro,
and
I
shit.
still use heard, and I haven't used it
Yeah.
for real since the
And, like-
service industry.
Yeah, and like at first I was like, this is stupid. I'm not gonna do it. But like after a while, like I realized, so I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna say her. But I don't like saying her. So like, and like I say like things that I guess helps with like singing and shit. I'll just be like her. And I just play around with it. I just say it in all weird, different types of ways. Like you can ask one good day. I'm pretty sure you heard a couple weird ones from me before, and I'll just play with it. Like, and sometimes I'll just like when I'm bored, I'll just sing or just like make up a little melody. Sometimes it sounds nice. I'll be like, oh damn, I hit that. But then other times I'm just like, damn, let me stop. So
Said the smoking caught up to him when he
Right.
started smoking his
yeah.
junior year. That's when.
That's when it all went downhill. He smoked one L, started skipping school, became a producer. Right? Trust me, bro. We know how the story goes, though.
Did you start out like as the artist, or were you always you wanted to be the producer?
That's
I
perfect,
guess-
'cause that goes to
all
my
right.
next question.
Damn, that's a good one for real. All right, so like the way I remember this, it's like this. It's like when I got like I'm listening to a lot of music and shit, and like I wanted to do something. Like I guess I got tired of like working jobs and working for people. I
Word.
just didn't, you know. At that moment, I was just like, let me pick something that I have experience in and something that like I have a lot of experience in.
This is
already.
after you had FL Studio on the phone, right?
No, this is before.
This is what made you get FL Studio on the
Yeah.
phone.
So
I
I was
bet.
just kind of thinking like I'm tired of like working these jobs. Like I'm not really making shit. I don't really like the work environments. A lot of times be asked. We get shitty manager.
You
Like,
chose this as
you're
your career
done.
before you even started?
Yeah.
Like before you even made a beat, you were like, "This is what I'm gonna do." We have to acknowledge that. That's some confidence. I think it was like, "Yo, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, but this is what I'm gonna do for the rest of my life."
Yo, Freddie, I quit. What you talking about? I got that sound, bro.
Perfect pitch.
I got that sound, bro. What
Hey,
you
that's
talking
funny.
about?
So you decided, like, "All right, cool. I'm gonna be a producer. This is what I want to do."
I just kind of pick one thing that I had like I feel like I had the most experience in, and like at that time I remember a lot of like music theory. I remember
Because
a
you
lot.
grew up playing in the band and shit, so
Yeah.
like you kind of had
So,
a
like,
leg up on
and,
them.
Like, and the first thing I could think of and the easiest way to get in is I feel like producing. Because
Really?
if I did a little bit of research, I found out I can get FL on my phone. So I just felt like I was just kind of going through the motion of just like what's the most efficient, easiest way to get in, especially with the knowledge and what I could do with my own life.
Word.
And just kind of just dive head first into it. And if I like where I'm going, I'm gonna keep going.
Word.
And once I keep going, I'm talking about getting a laptop and then getting the actual FL Studio type shit. Like
Sounds
and-
inevitable.
Like
Yeah,
it's
like-
it's something that you could do on this level and then transition if it gets bigger type shit.
Yeah, like can I get?
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
I feel like at first I was really liking the beats I was making on the phone, right? Because I was getting like pretty creative with it and shit.
What
like,
kind of style beats were they?
Yo, do you have a phone beat on you?
I might have it on my email.
Man, the real
I'm gonna go
question.
investigative on this.
Hey, get
real
gavel.
question is-
get the gavel.
What is
Because like, it's
Soulmar?
hard to make a beat on a phone.
No word, especially with like
Yeah.
the small.
especially
it's a
if
small
you're
ass
used to
screen.
doing it
the
otherwise.
thing about that, what you said is
That's where you started.
I started it and I made it on my Galaxy. I used to have a Galaxy.
Oh, so it's a fat ass
more,
screen.
more personalization.
Not even that. It's actually tragic. I feel like it's tragic. So like one day I was going to work and I was Ubering. My phone was about to be dead. It was like 3%, but I was about to be late. So I said, fuck it, I'm going to just Uber, get there. I'm going to charge my phone when I'm there. Yeah. So I go, whatever, I get out the car. I go in the store. I start my shift. I'm just working for like 30 minutes because it was a little rush. And then like finish, I like go in my pocket to charge my phone. And I'm like, wait, hold up.
Oh, I left it in Uber.
Fuck. I can't find my shit.
Nah. Damn, so you lost all the beats
If
right
it dies,
there.
it dies.
Yeah,
Damn.
like it's
And like you couldn't trace the Uber and shit.
So, my friend, she worked with me. She gave me her phone to log into Uber. I can go find the driver, whatever. And literally, it was kind of low key of a mission. So, like, basically, like, I called him for like 30 minutes. You're allowed to call him for whatever reason, but he hasn't been picking up
Damn.
the whole entire time. And I'm like, fuck. So now, some other shit, they were like saying how like we can wait if like the driver might see it the next morning, they could report it and then I could get my phone back.
Like they
So-
could get in contact with you and shit.
Right. So literally like I literally had her stay in my Uber like account, whatever, to like trace
See
it.
if they
whatever.
reach you out.
Yeah, so like they can call the account and they'll call her phone and she's gonna let me know that they call and they never call.
Shout out to the homegirl, man.
But it never, like, she never got the call. So I'm just like, damn. I literally lost, like, so much data on there. Like, my beats, my phones, my sound kits, and, like,
Damn,
a
all
bunch
that
of, like, even if...
So you had all the plugins and everything on your phone?
Oh, no, not like that.
He's like, no,
He's like,
No.
too far, relax. I ain't say all that shit.
No, but, like, for real, like, I did lose, like, a lot of shit, though. But, like, I keep creating. I'm always, like...
So
I'm not,
you were able to rebound that, but it
Yeah,
was like
like-
that momentum that you had at the time was more the hurt than
Yeah,
actual
like,
music.
at that day, like, I'm not gonna lie, I was so stressed out. I was so livid.
Because it's like on top of that, you lost your phone.
Yeah,
Which has like all your information and everything,
Yeah.
but not even that. But it's just like, damn, I lost the beats too. So it's like,
Yeah,
the
I
double
lost
hurt.
all the numbers. I lost I lost information. Like I'll have notes on my phone and shit. Like I'll write everything in my phone. Everything in my phone. Thank God for iCloud because
Facts.
like my first iPhone broke. I got an iPhone after. And that phone broke, like it literally fell from like right here, and the whole screen
Oh
popped out.
hell no!
But like because of iCloud and I write everything in my notes.
You were
it's
able
on
to
my
back
new
every-
phone.
Yeah,
everything.
your new phone is like your old phone immediately.
what's
Yeah,
up,
like
though.
literally. So like contact, I lost like a few numbers and shit, which sucks. But like,
You always get
for-
that back through Instagram and shit now.
Yeah, I forget people. Like, there's a lot of people, and like I go around. Like, I like everybody I talk to is even down in Florida. Like, I'll talk to people out of state. Like, I got people in Ohio. One of my artists moved out to Texas. We still talk. We still trying to work on. He actually's on my project too.
Damn.
So like, I work with a lot with this dude, Kim Joke. He's in California. We do everything online. I work with him for like 2 to 3 years. Like, I feel like since I started my music career, because I've
You've
only
been
been
rocking
doing it
with
for
you.
like 3 or 4 years.
Oh
now.
shit. Okay.
Yeah. So like ever since I started, like when I was really going in everybody's DMs and I was trying to get attention, whoever the people I end up like working with the most, like right now, are those people that when I
That
first
now
started.
that there's a price, those are the people that you still continue to work with
Right.
from the beginning.
Yes, and
dig
I
it.
feel like I'm so glad like I did that, because like some days like now, because there's so much going on, I can't really just network that way like I used to. But because of the old networks that I've had, I was able to go so far and to exactly where I am. Like, even meeting you guys, like,
Word.
KG, he was the person who knew that I was making beats before I even had a name.
Damn. So that's actually goes into the question I wanted to ask you is like, who was the first artist that you built that rapport with? That you were like, all right, like I like what he's doing with my beats.
Who was the
Like,
first one to hop on the FL
because
mobile?
I know,
KG,
like, I got a
though.
lot of producer homies who like, and Good Day could probably even testify to that. Sometimes you don't like what the artist does on your beat. It doesn't mean that
Yeah.
it's a whack artist, but
Yeah.
it's just like you just don't like.
That's not what you first
It-
seeing
it's
on
like,
your song on the beat.
You see, like when I work with Corey,
Mm.
like Corey is the type that he'll make the beat right in front of you, and then he'll start doing like a like give you a melody or like a flow.
Mhm.
So I'm like, all right, bet we'll build off of that. You get what I'm saying? And then
Yeah.
that's how we'll do it. Or if I'll do a flow that he necessarily don't fuck with, he was like, nah, I kind of want this. So who was like that first artist that without you saying anything kind of just did everything right on your beats?
I feel like when it comes to that, I'm actually like got so lucky. Like, I feel like in some of my areas in my career right now is like I did get blessings from the very start,
Right.
and like one of those is being KG.
Mm.
So he's the person that, like, before I even had a name, I was still on the phone. He would hear my beats and shit, and like he would be real, like he would be like, yeah, like it's not it, like, but I like this melody.
So how long
He-
y'all
you
been
know-
working together?
I'd say like 2018.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah,
So
like,
y'all been kind of through it, seeing some shift of the guard, some culture changes and things like that.
yeah, it does feel a bit different from back then.
So like
you
y'all
know?
both seen each other get better from that time.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. Like, even with just working with him, like I like having like that studio etiquette with that I have with him. Like, it's usually pretty smooth.
And that's
know?
the one thing though I could see, because like you feel me, I've seen y'all out.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying, on the scene and different things like that. Like that's one thing I could say about the whole Grindhouse family is like y'all definitely move solid. You get what I'm saying? And it's like, all right, it's
a
this
fucking
person.
unit.
It's this person's turn to shine. We're all gonna support this person right now.
Right.
All right, now we're gonna talk about Soulmar. We're gonna talk about Soulmar, like, and that's
Yeah.
kind of like hard to find with groups and things like that. So like, you and KG were the first ones to build that rapport, right?
Yeah, like I feel like as time goes on, especially like my relationship with him probably kind of like shows that, like, okay, like we're like, everybody can have their opinions, everybody feels how they feel, but like when it comes down to it, like the ones that are making the most moves are the ones that are working together the most.
So you're saying like his consistency and his work
Yeah.
ethic made you fuck with him even more, type shit.
Yeah, like I tell you, when he's ready to go at any time, and I am too. Like, we'll be anywhere.
I mean, I DJ'd a couple
Yeah.
sets for him, so I already know he ready.
Yeah,
to go.
like he's ready to go. Like, when it comes down to like, oh, you're playing the beat. We got a studio. We got a little setup. It might not be a professional studio shit. We could be like, we traveled to like Fort Myers. We
Okay.
went to Fort Myers. We went to this beach house, and like there was a bunch of us, but like we ain't had like a real studio. But like everybody there was like, this is Grindhouse. This is when we started meeting up with the Ordain, and like, we like basically everybody was on that same type of vibe. Like, we're ready to go. Like, we got two engineers, me being one of them. This other dude, Dead Heart, pulled up, came from Tampa, pulled up. We came from Fort Lauderdale, pulled up to
Oh,
Fort
dope.
Myers, and we just like set up a little table, quick setup,
Going crazy.
set the mic, recorded some music.
That's dope.
Like when I say I'm ready to work, I want to be in that like environment where like I'm always like doing shit like that too, and like I was like with working with the people I do now, you know, like because like everybody isn't like really afraid to like actually put themselves out there.
I feel it. I feel it. And I feel like that's one thing too that like as producers, it's like I always say it, bro. You can have the hardest beats, but if nobody's rapping on your shit, actively putting it out, then it's like, you're not really you don't know how good you are in reality. Like as artists, producers, but you just want to be heard. We want to be seen. So it's like I know that you appreciate having those type of people around that are gonna actually share your work and put it out and treat it like their own because I'm sure there's so many people that like you probably send beats to and say, that they're gonna work like me. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, a lot of you know what I'm saying? Just like that, like you're like, all right, now it's like it's ready to come out. So it's like good to have that, right?
Right.
I dig it though.
Yeah, like end of the day, like I'm not gonna burn a bridge because someone is too busy right now. They got other shit going on. Like first thing I had to understand is my beats. If you listen to enough of my beats, you know they're not necessarily the same. Like exactly, like they have their own vibe, and because they have their own vibe, you have to be in a certain vibe to write to them. And like I get told that as well. Like I literally, my neighbor, like when I used to live out in Sunrise, my neighbor he made music too, and like we did a session, whatever. I cooked him up something, and I sent him some other beats. And he like one day came in, and he was just like, sometimes it's like it's hard to write on your beats if I'm not in the right mood because like
They just don't got that sound.
right or it could be that, but there's some artists out there who do have that sound, but they're like kind of like what people would say is like a one trick pony. Like they have this one sound, but like they're so fucking good at it, that's all they need.
True.
It's
It's like a basketball player. If you got a really good 3-point shot, why drive it to the lane?
Right. If you average
Yeah.
20 and 10, you good, right?
So like that made me lose my train of thought.
Pardon us. Pardon us.
We gotta throw out our references.
Yeah. Shout out Patrick Beverly. Nah, I'm just talking shit.
You guys start me thinking about basketball instead. I'm just like, wait, wrong conversation.
No.
Nah,
So
but
you're talking about your neighbor?
You were talking about how
had to
like
be in
people
that-
having trouble going on your beats
like,
because they're in the vibe.
So like a lot of times when I send beats, I'll have an understanding that like end of the day, what I send right now might not resonate at this moment, but
It's not on deaf ears.
and I've also learned to be patient because a lot of I shouldn't say a lot. Some of the times,
Nah, talk your shit.
No, because that's not. It's not always the case. Because I send out a lot of people. Like, I lose track of so many people. If you're not in my radar, I'm not keeping track of you just
see what
because
you're
there's so much going on. So
Completely get that. Yeah.
and a lot of people that are stay on my radar are the ones that I'm working with. So, and if I meet someone new, like say I met Gavin Valley one day at this like the network
at the Minds Wide event.
yeah. So like when I met you out there and we was talking, like I was down to work. But like you seen like how even consistent I am on like checking in. I'm not even taking it personal because at the end of the day, like we do have our lives and shit. And that affects even how you hop on a beat too.
Right.
Like your current mood today is not tomorrow's.
That's
mood,
facts.
you
Because
feel me?
I've done that shit hella times where like I'll rap on a beat and then like a month or two later I'll do a whole nother verse on it. Whole new song, or like just feel like I could have came harder, or like
Right.
hear a beat and then like you said, like maybe just not be in that type of mind frame to do work on that beat, and then it's like hearing it different.
Right. Yeah. Like, and I feel like that does play a big factor actually, because there's a couple artists I work with that are kind of like that. Like they will send me something, but I just gotta wait a minute for that to be sent back, just because their work process and their workflow.
So how do you prefer it better, like in person, right? Like we're right here, I'm cooking the beat as I'm laying out the melody. You probably have something. You say the word, and then I can build the drums around the words and shit like that. Or you rather send somebody a beat, and then like a month later they're like, "Yo, I got on this joint," and then they send it to you or whatever.
I definitely prefer the first one.
Right.
That was definitely more appetizing, pleasing. Like I feel like there's like some of the best songs and beats that I've created or mixed
Has been on the spot.
Like I fuck with the song so heavy, like that I just gave it, like I don't do it intentionally, it just happens. You just get caught up in the zone so much that you just like you come out with something. Like I made this one mix for, actually it was one of Good Day Beats, I believe. It was called Moonlight for KG. And like I remember that session was me, KG, Icy Crazy, and this dude K Rise. And I just finished doing 2 hours with K Rise. And then KG came and he's like, "Oh, I got this one song I'm trying to do," and that was Moonlight. And literally I played the beat and I'm like, damn, this is such a vibe. And then he gets on there and then the shit he's saying, how he sounded and everything just felt so perfect to me at the moment that like I did the mix on the spot, which doesn't like it happens, but like I tried to
trust me, know
I tried to
exactly what
sit
you
on
mean.
it because like it does like after doing so many hours you're
Your
like
ears.
Yeah.
yeah.
Your
So
ears.
like at that
Literally.
point like I
I don't
wanted
think
to
I've ever seen anyone mix on the spot.
but I do that, especially like if I really fuck with the song, I'm gonna do it on the spot. I'll master it on the spot too, even
Like final
if-
mix?
Yeah, like getting ready to drop
and
that,
like,
like, next
I
day
and
type
I
shit.
have such confidence that like a lot of the times, like 90% times, or I should say about 85-90% times, when I send a mix, what I get back is that's perfect. So like I feel confident enough that like I can mix on the spot.
You're sending it to the AES?
Say again,
You're sending that to the Audio Engineering Society?
what is that?
Oh, you're not a member?
I am not.
Oh, look,
No,
Luke being the hater.
Do you pick a juice?
I wasn't trying.
That's not even Luke.
That's some Illuminati shit.
Yo.
This sound
I
ominous.
got. I mean,
like,
it's totally against standard protocol to
Yeah.
do same day mixing, never mind mastering.
Right.
but like end of the
You
day,
just ain't got that
I
sound.
got that
No,
sound.
But
I
look,
understand, but there's a difference between certain records that you expect to last forever and
Yes.
certain ones you're trying to get out now.
you're right about that. I understand what you're saying, but like I said, it doesn't always happen. And I also
course.
try not to do it, especially after like doing a couple hours.
Of
recording.
sessions
I'm
and shit like
definitely
that.
like not trying to do it, but like when this day in
were in the
particular
mood.
was, I was in such a mood and I felt so good. Like I felt like the fucking song is perfect the way it sounds, and I'm just like doing. I felt like I
But
was
you
doing.
know well enough to know, because you said it. I heard you say it, that you can't trust your ears after using
Yes.
but
you know-
for an extended period of time.
So like this is how I know.
Engineer talk right
This is
here.
how I know, because I did this mix and I felt like I was like I didn't do too much. I wasn't going crazy. I was doing what I felt like was necessary. And by the time I finished and I rolled my seat back, like it felt like a movie scene to me. I swear, bro. I rolled my seat back.
So my turn is Scott Storch.
I go hold you. If you trust in God at that point,
Right.
I'm gonna,
No,
I'm
but
gonna
like
let
for
you
real,
be.
for real, like I literally I just turned to my left and K Rise looks at me and he was like, bro, whenever you mix me, I need you to make me sound just like that.
Every time.
And it wasn't
Talk
even
your
his
shit.
song.
Yes,
That's
sir.
fair.
And it
And
wasn't
that's
even
also
his
not the
song.
master though. What made me
that was-
super uncomfortable, what made me have to
Alright,
speak up
but-
was you said mixing and mastering in one night.
He was-
And I was like, all right, no,
He
we're
said,
not
yo.
getting that off.
No, at that time,
Look at Luke over there being an English teacher. Proofread your work.
I respect it though. I respect it.
No, but like when like I've been in enough situations that like I'm listening to the people in the back all the time because like I'm trying to have
Yeah, but
survive in the-
they're often drinking and smoking and
You
not,
know,
not in
and
the
I
best
can
ear
say that from
also.
an artist
They've been
perspective,
listening
too.
to that song the same amount of time you have.
Luke being a hater right now.
Nah,
I mean, that's
Luke,
true.
Luke,
Okay, I get what you're getting. I get what
Somar
you're
got
is
that
not a
bang
good man.
though.
but
Say it one time. What's the policy?
Somar got that
sound.
bang.
Everybody got something different. What's going on?
What is the?
No yes men.
That's rule number one.
That is
I
rule
dig
number
it.
one.
I dig it.
But what I'm saying is, if he's coming out with
I'm allowed
heat
to be
that
wrong
same
too
night-
if I'm
No,
wrong.
you know, your opinion is needed. We need
No.
Diafica Juice to speak
But
up on
honestly,
that.
I feel you
dig
because
it.
like I do photos, and there's sometimes where like I can edit a photo that same day because I'm in the mood. I'm like, oh yeah, I really like this is a fire photo. I know exactly how I want to edit it, how I want to change the coloring and lighting and all that. So I know exactly how you feel. There's sometimes where you're like, oh, I just know exactly what needs to be
But you
got
gotta
to
realize there's a level of regulation. Like if you sent that photo to GQ, if you sent that song to the radio, you might not get the same like. Oh,
Yeah, but
this
if
is
GQ
the
is
par
saying
what
response.
he's saying though, because like there've been a lot. There's been times where like I'll listen back to the mix and I felt like in that time it was really good. But a lot of the times I don't master. I didn't start mastering until recently. A lot of like for like the
And
past
that's a whole different
3
game.
Yeah,
that's,
it really
that's a harsher
is.
ear. You gotta have an even better ear for mastering.
Damn.
I can't even master. I can mix like a motherfucker, but when it comes to real
I'm
master,
pretending like I know the
can't
difference.
industry
No, 'cause
master.
I want to know what's the like. I know I can hear when somebody masters. Like as an artist, you feel me? I can hear the master
Right.
on it. But what's the actual difference between the mix and the master? Because
Mix is what you do in your DAW after you take it and turn it into
and
a
it's
left
one-
and a right.
and it's a one track.
When it's a left and a right stereo track, you give that to a mastering engineer. He finishes it out for you.
Okay. So, but technically, what would you say is the difference, Solmar?
mastering or so mixing is just the music balance of everything, how the vocals and the beat sounds
and the reverb and
the-
everything, like
yeah,
all
like,
the
all,
plugins, how
all of
everything's
the
gonna sound.
elements, how everything sounds
To get
what
it
you're
balanced.
hearing is like the sound that you hear on the mix should be like the final, like really the final sound. The mastering is really the balance on like the levels like of the loudness of the track and the space of the track, and like that's kind of where like I've been really focused on in that area, at
Like
least,
taking it to
you
the
know,
next level.
because like I feel like diving into a different area, like it might not seem like it, but like if you try to actually pick up on a concept and like just work on that and then just keep extending those concepts as you go, like you'll learn and you like get that skill like attainable a lot faster than just like trying to do all 15 things at once.
I felt that.
You know, so like I right now, at least as far as mastering goes, my main focus on it is just like the levels and the loudness, and then the space, and a lot of the actual sound comes from the
Define the
mix.
space for the people that don't know, like me.
So like space is like how you were saying the left and right. So like I'd say the most
You
common.
talk about the ear, like the panning of it, and
Yes,
shit like
the
that.
panning,
Okay.
like how like
Where in the room it would
yeah,
Mm.
and you know, and not just that, but like even like reverb, for example. Like every room has reverb. That's why we have
I know
like
that
all
word.
of these stuff right there blocking it off. Like reverb gives it a sense.
That's
of
like if you
space.
were listening through the wall and
Right,
you hear
like-
like somebody's voice, like
Reverb is echo, right?
It's like
Yeah, you just said the opposite of what it is.
really.
Yeah.
So because I want you to actually understand what it is, it's a reflection, so it has to bounce off the wall.
Okay.
So, like-
So what you're hearing through the wall is the opposite of reverb.
Okay,
That's
but-
just low end.
Oh.
so like
Okay. Now I'm understanding.
yeah.
You just learned me something.
Yep.
so like yeah, and like he was saying, it's like the sound waves are basically hitting the walls. That like you see how he has these corner panels right here, just kind of like those who trap those sounds are hitting those walls, and like even these
So it
little
doesn't
random
bounce
ones.
back.
So like that's why in this room it wouldn't sound as echoey as like if you take everything out this room, because all of these things is like blocking off all those sound waves.
It's
from
absorbing
bouncing.
it.
Exactly, and like the cloth, everything's helping that.
Wow.
And but if you take everything out the room and you're in an empty room, you talk, you hear yourself like a lot actually.
Really?
Yeah, like you hear yourself. You ever heard echo in an empty room?
Yeah.
Like that's the reverb.
Like the echo. Oh.
Yeah.
DJ Clue. What man?
The professional.
Yeah,
Nah,
so like,
I like
when
that,
you're
though.
mixing, like you get a reverb plug-in is basically you're trying to emulate those type of rooms. So
Wow.
like you're trying to change the size, how many like I guess you could say metaphorical walls that there is and shit like that.
Dog.
That's why reverb presets are just descriptions of room sizes.
Mm-hmm.
Like
They say
amphitheater.
big hall,
Yeah.
bathroom,
Wow.
room, small room,
Studio.
Yeah.
Oh,
Bedroom.
so that's why even like stages and shit are built certain ways
It's
to
Yeah.
like.
faking a bounce back of sound time.
Y'all just taught me some shit.
Like
That's
if you,
why Dre was doing math equations when he was setting up the studio room.
Yeah.
Like he had like
No,
a
it
fucking
takes
like
a couple.
yeah, like there's like mathematical like formulas to like figure that shit out actually, and like I feel like the most common one, at least that I've used, is most common is just like figuring out like the decay time, so like everything can like not overlap with each other as far as the echoes goes, which is like
On the vocals and
yeah,
shit.
like it's like small things like that. Like those are like what mixing engineers like trying to like balance everything, and like the mastering. Like if it's a really good mix, I shouldn't be even messing with the mix of the song. You know, like I shouldn't be remixing anything. I shouldn't be pulling out
To
like,
master the song is what you're
compressors.
saying,
I
right?
shouldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Okay.
it should already be good in the mixing process.
Right.
yeah, Luke. So that's why he's able to do it same day.
Someone got that sound.
That bang.
Yo. Damn, dog. You just made me forget my question. It was a good one, dog.
Yo,
Damn. It was
he's
a doozy.
good at media, bad at data. I like Daniel a lot.
So wait, so I wanted to ask before I forget again. So how'd you like link up with the den and start doing the mixing for them?
Like this kind of goes
I
back
didn't
to like
even know he
Kate.
did the mixing for the den.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm like the main engineer. Like I'll try
For
to
the
pick up
studio at the
yeah.
store, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But let's shout out the den, man. Shout out
Are
the
you the
homies.
primary
Shout out
engineer
Alex.
as
Shout
a
out
co-founder?
Alex.
Oh, not
'Cause you say you-
I'm just like the main engineer there.
Okay.
Like because Alex, he has like a bunch of other businesses going on in there too that he's
Man,
working
my dog
on.
is a straight hustler, dog.
Yeah, like anytime I walk in the den, this man is doing something.
Facts.
yeah.
You
I went
find
there
him
for the first time. Yeah.
Oh,
man-
so you find like you met him and all that? Okay, cool.
Yeah, like he would go to the studio sometimes. He would chill, but like even then, like he would like walk off after a while because he got some shit to do. Like he stay focused. He stays busy. You know, like so like I just kind of like work in the studio side of the den, and I engineer for them. I end up meeting them like or finding out about them because KG actually had a performance there. It was like when they had the warehouse. They had
The Wi-Fi's funeral show, right?
the one with Trapland Pat.
Oh,
with
the wrestling ring.
Yeah,
one.
the wrestling.
Oh,
ring
that
Yeah.
show.
Yeah.
yeah,
Fire.
like that's where like I first heard about the den. So he did one show there, and then they did another show. I think it was in Margate. I don't really remember the exact location, but like it was in a bar, Molly bar or some shit. And then after that, like I was already talking to Alex at that point because I met him, and like I was talking to him, and after some time, like they're saying like they had an engineer that just left and they needed an engineer.
So
like,
you just like showed him the resume.
yeah,
real quick
like,
and was
and,
like, yo,
yeah,
let's
it was
do
kind of
this.
convenient timing too, because like I was moving, so like where I live now, I don't record in, so I have to go to other studios.
So
like,
it's kind of good to have like a home base that you.
yeah,
can
like
do
and
sessions out
it's
of.
like the closest thing to me. Like every other place that I go to is like far. 'Cause-
Miami and shit like that, right?
Yeah,
it's
I
meant
live
to
in
be.
Deerfield, and I work out here in Hollywood. The producer Waldo, he's
Shout out
also
Waldo, man, good guy
yeah.
too.
Nah,
Yeah.
he's like one of the nicest people ever.
He's stupid.
But yeah, Waldo, like he lives out here in Hollywood. He's literally like down the street from work. So like I literally
He's
have
where?
down the street from like
Where's Waldo?
Hollywood.
Come on, man. Come on,
I'm
man.
right here taking him serious.
He's like, yo, I'm not gonna say his address on stream. Like, you
got beef?
Like,
Joke had to
yo,
be made.
But yeah, nah, he lives here, so like it's like 30-40 minutes depending on the time of the day. It's pretty far, but
so
like
it's good to have that local spot that you
know.
could also connect with like good artists and shit too. Like,
yeah, like I'll be out here, I'll be in Pompano because that's where the den is. And then like I just end up in Miami. Shows pop up,
Felt
or
that.
like this pops up. Sometimes interviews pop up, and like I'll be like, "Oh, bro, take me, whatever." Like
I'm here.
or like sometimes he would just call me and be like, "Yo, I'm going to like such and such studio," and I was like, "Oh, for real? Like who's going?" He was like, "Well, I'm calling you because I want you to come."
Hey,
And I'm like, "All right, bet."
I'm
Then,
in there.
You know,
Then
like
this is Waldo.
nah, this is KG.
Oh, okay,
Waldo, I wanted him to come here today, but he ended up going out of town. He's like in a whole other state.
Damn,
right
one
now.
day
Oh,
you were the
yeah.
second choice.
Shout out Waldo.
Nah, but I appreciate good.
You always
thing-
got to keep a homie on deck though.
But I appreciate him. Though, like I appreciate him pulling up because like I actually didn't expect it. So like we had like a team meeting the other day. So we
Like the entire grindhouse.
Yeah, like we were all on the phone. We were all talking, and like
Okay,
as
stop
we're
playing footsies with me.
Bro, that's you. Cuz. Look, my legs crossed.
Yo, we can have a big table soon. Don't worry.
All right.
But in the meeting we were just talking and like we were giving out announcements, and KG was saying how like I had the interview here on the song drops the 15th.
Yes,
and,
sirski.
and and then like we just kept adding like everything else, whatever. So like I remember I didn't really think anyone was gonna come just because of the timing of everything that's going on. Like everybody's not really down here right now. They're like in Tampa. They got like they're doing some shit out there. So or like Waldo, he's not out in Florida right now. So everybody's like basically out of town. So I'm just like fuck, nobody's gonna pull up. And then he calls me. I'm just like, oh shit, like I wasn't expecting it, but like that's actually dope. Like
That's what's up.
anytime
Good day.
anytime I can
We
get
gonna get you on the. We gonna get you on the camera. Good day. So you can plug your shit, don't worry. We gonna get you on, dog.
anytime I see one good day, it really like I appreciate that.
It ends up
Because-
being a one good day.
Because like hey, he lives up to his
Good
name
nizzle.
though. He lives up to his name though.
He
'Cause-
looked like it.
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
because he be really busy. You feel me? Like I really want him around a lot, but like I know like life and there is a lot of shit going on. So I get it. He comes around every like every week that he can.
But when he does,
So-
he working though. Like he active.
yeah, like and you know, I appreciate him even making the time to like come out here, like for real.
Producers that deal with that, honestly.
True.
For real, man.
Yeah.
Blues, I know so many motherfuckers.
In-house producers are fucking blessings. I finally remembered the question, and I knew it was a good question. So, how often do you go to shows and you be like, "Damn, his mix is fucking trash," or like, "This artist's mix hurts my ears when you hear it like on the fucking show"? You know what I'm? Y'all know exactly what I'm talking about, bro.
So like if it comes to like performances, I hear that. Like sometimes I'll be like, dang, like, you know, because sometimes they don't really rap. They would just kind of dance on the stage sometimes,
Right.
you know. And like you can actually hear the song.
But I'm talking
or,
about like them hear. I'm talking about them hearing the song that loud is what I'm talking about. Like when you hear their
When
music
you-
that loud, and you're like, damn, they could have went to a better engineer to actually get the song mixed.
I
Like,
try not to question too much.
but it's just
especially-
like I know often
like,
you just hear
the,
it, right?
the way I think about it. Whenever I walk
No one else
in,
acknowledges it. I don't get it. There's this whole don't acknowledge it thing.
like of like the mix being trash.
Yes.
Bro, if the mix is trash, the
Help
mix is
your
trash.
homie. Make him better.
but look, this is what I would say. If I go into a show and they're like, let's say they're playing mainstream songs, right?
Yeah.
And they're like playing those songs and they're really popular. I could sit there and feel the exact same way as you're saying. Like I could just be like, this shit's trash. Like why the fuck they put this out there? But I just kind of critique it in the sense of like, okay, fuck how I feel about it. End of the day, this is here and I'm not here.
Word.
So like they're
No,
they
no, no.
must,
I'm talking
you-
about on like the local level. You
On
know
the
what I'm
lo-
saying? I'm talking about like I'm talking
On
about when
a
you go to a
local
show.
level?
Like I'm talking about like
Okay.
you go to a show. We're not
Okay.
gonna say no names or nothing like that. Nothing like that.
Okay, right.
But what I'm saying is like you go
Freeze,
to.
Roy.
Nah, bro. Cause
Except
chill,
for
dog. Because if you chill.
I'm playing. You know it's all love.
Yeah, I
Too
recorded
far,
them
too
a
far.
couple
Too
times.
far.
So
He's here every Thursday. That's my
I
brother.
recorded
Yeah,
them
but
a couple times.
The,
so
it ain't the engineer's
You
fault.
recorded 3 a couple times?
recorded them. A
Oh
couple
no, I ain't
times,
talking about
you
no
know.
engineer.
Oh, you're talking about his performance.
Yes.
Oh. So I'm saying like you go to a show, right?
All right,
We got Joe Schmo from
Joe Smo.
Joe Schmo from Pompano. And like you hear his mix and you hear his mix loud and you're like, damn, like that mix was trash. Like how often do you go? Because I know KG be performing a lot on the scene. Like how often do you go to these shows and you just want to like slide him your business card or something? Like yo, Soulmar got that
Or
sound.
how many
on the-
times you want to take over the board live?
If I'm gonna be, if I'm gonna be real, like there are some times where I just like fuck, like I just kind of zone out. I'll just zone it out. I'll just be like fuck it, like.
You got it.
You accept it.
Diplomacy.
No, like I literally would just be like, "Fuck it, I got some shit I could be doing."
Like
on
you say, like
phone,
the mix
like-
could turn you off, type shit.
like
from-
like I'll just not even like focus on it. 'Cause it's not if it's not bringing me any attention that I want to like hear. Anyway,
don't matter to
It
you.
doesn't matter.
You
like
got a
end of
really
the day-
positive mindset.
I like
man.
that though.
that
No,
a
I
lot.
like because you see, I was trying to get spicy, and he just like
You don't even
Not
he don't
everyone-
see the negative at all.
Not everyone's as judgmental as you, Luke.
he just
No, that's a fact.
I dig
I
it.
respect it. I don't like being me.
My man said that's not my problem.
Hey, like you know,
They ain't
end
go
of the
for
day-
that Soulmar
But
sound.
sometimes,
They didn't.
but see, I as an engineer, I would still approach them, and I'm like, I'm trying to work,
right
regardless. Like
Because you
it
understand the
doesn't-
content.
because you can see that you can see what it could be.
Right, I tend to have like a vision of like the potential in like artists, and a lot of artists, honestly, if they actually put in the time, they put in the work, and they actually like be focused in the right areas, they're gonna grow, and they're gonna grow fucking crazy.
All right, so an artist got 1,500 to spend on their shit. What should they do first? Get the chain or pay the engineer?
I say pay the engineer.
like that.
I say pay the
Should've
engineer.
left it
No, but I'm
open-ended.
gonna be, I'm like,
No, because you know there's some artists that
No,
are
yeah.
more
you should have
concerned
just said, what do they do?
about the drip.
You should
Or about
always
the
pay
sound.
the engineer.
But
The
like,
engineer
look,
should be
Even
paid
if he would
already.
have got the drip now, he's gonna answer engineer though, because you made it sound like
No,
that.
no, but the thing is,
This is like advice to like a young artist. You get what I'm saying? Like
well,
if,
I mean,
if
or you use engineers, so like you know, like you've been in situations where like you did a whole session and then they're just like they don't got the money or they refuse to pay.
No, I haven't,
you
because
haven't?
I'm upfront only.
that happened to me when like on DJing and
I've-
shit for sure.
You pay me or you ain't recording.
So-
period.
Deposits, my nigga.
Yeah, no, you gotta like.
No,
Yo,
but, like,
learn from
okay,
that. If
okay,
you're a young
I'll
engineer
say
out
this.
there, get it up front. Period.
Yes,
See?
sir.
That I'll say at least get a deposit for sure. Like I definitely
The
want
first half.
Yeah, like I
Give
get
me
a
this
definitely
session.
a deposit.
Whatever we about to do right now.
Because like there's people like
We'll talk about the mix. But
I've had situations where like I've recorded this dude a couple times, right? I'm not gonna say names. I recorded this dude a couple times, you know, and like I know like he has his little thing going on, but like he always does end up paying. You
So
know?
he won't pay you on the spot.
Right. So like,
But you know you're gonna get it eventually.
No, but that's fine. That's fine.
You know,
man.
I'm gonna just be patient with it. I do got other things I got.
Is that a
going,
more
you know.
personal relationship or is it just a business relationship to you?
This, I would say that was a business still, but like I also knew him before. I talked to him and like before I actually started engineering, so like I already knew who he was.
Word.
You know, so
You
so
just
like
wanted to work with them, like
Sometimes
Yeah,
it
like-
comes down to attached reputation.
I wouldn't say he had the best reputation as far as the music goes.
Damn, has that ever happened to you where like you work with somebody and then you're like you meet them and you're like, oh, they're cool, and then like a couple months later he find out that they like a fuck nigga and you're like, damn, like they got my beats though, like.
I mean, low key, yeah.
Now
but
we
like,
talking.
but like, I'm just like, I try to keep my personal feelings out of it. You
'Cause
know,
it's
end of the
business
day,
at the end
it's
of the
like,
day.
you know, I'm gonna focus, like I was saying earlier, I'm gonna just focus on what's in front of me and what like does end up mattering to me. And I'm like, okay, I can feel how I feel about somebody, right? But like, end of the day, I'm in the business.
Yeah, if it's
You
if
know,
it's getting
like,
you right, you gotta
you
do
know,
that.
and so like some people like they do good business, some people do bad business, some people are not even interested in like that. Like I can tell like some people are on some bullshit. Like I worked this one job, I literally was just like fuck it, I was doing full time already music, but like, I just wanted like a little extra money coming in because
Hey.
like fuck it, I got bills to pay. I ain't trying to stress about that shit. Like I could do it. I've been doing it. I just don't want to keep like stressing that shit.
Felt
I
that.
don't want that to be the only thing I'm thinking about no more. Like I want to be able to have some security and actually enjoy what the fuck I'm
want some
making.
wiggle room.
You know, so. I go literally the first job I go to, like the first place I end up going to. I sit down, I get the little interview, and like the manager, he's a rapper, and I was like, and like nah, for real, this is funny.
Damn.
like,
Like,
this
yo,
is
you give me
funny
the
because,
job,
like,
I give you 2 free sessions.
Yo, you want that sound or you what's up?
Nah, but like, look,
Here's my
so like,
demo.
so like at first in the interview, it's like a normal interview, but then he was like, "Oh,
What are your
are-
hobbies or your
no,
passions? and
no,
shit?
he
I
was
see
like-
that you've worked in audio here on your resume.
What's your rates?
Nah, he was just like, "Oh, what's your availability like?" And I was just like, "Well, I'm only trying to work mornings because I do engineering. I record people and shit, and I'm not trying to like work nights. Fuck that.
Yeah.
I quit my last job because of it. I'm not trying to quit another one because of that too.
Yeah.
Because that really fucks with my business. So like." I told him that, and he was like, "Oh, well, we're breakfast only, so that's straight. But you do music?" I was like, "Yeah." And so we literally just started
Hit it
talking
off
about
off
music.
that. So did you give him a
and then,
beat?
and then he was like, "Oh, all right, fuck it. Like, I know we're in an interview. We can't really be talking about this right now. Let me get your email. I mean, not your email, my Instagram, whatever. We follow each other on Instagram." And then he was like, "All right, I'm gonna hire you. Weezy. I want to work with you." And I was like, "All right, cool." Like, I'm like, "Cool," but like, how much y'all pay? And he told me, and I was like, "Nah, that's not enough. Like, actually, I'm not gonna lie.
Damn.
I want to get this certain amount at least."
So you
And
turned down the job.
I turned it down, but then he was like, "Hold on, give me a second." He goes to the back, talks to the other manager. They're talking, whatever. He comes back over and he's like, "All right, listen, we normally don't do this. This is a whole $1 above the normal."
Damn. So you ended up
So
getting.
you're getting hired at the highest pay right now. Like, this is normally like some shit you have to get raised for. And he gave me the price, and I was like, "Fuck it."
Oh, so it
Whatever,
was
like,
enough. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
like I was like, it wasn't
Like,
what
I get
wanted.
a client after work and I get a job. I
Man,
bet.
I was only out and about for like 30 minutes.
Yo,
It's
he
like,
needed an engineer.
Yeah, yeah. He was like, "Yo, hold up, bro." He had to delete the other engineer.
Where was this
number, like,
interview at? What job was this?
Damn,
Damn, you don't wanna say the job?
All right, I'm
Don't
gonna say
worry
the
about
job because it's called Brooklyn Water Bagel.
Sound good.
Oh, I fucked
Oh,
with
I think I
Brooklyn
was
Water
ordering them
Bagel.
on Uber Eats.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you, I work back there. I work as a kitchen. I cook.
You sure you want to say this
food
on the
and shit.
interview?
Don't.
Nah,
I-
chill. Let's change the subject.
You still
No,
work
no,
there?
no, you gotta hear this. You
This
gotta
man said,
hear
"I want
this.
sponsors."
We trying to say your job. Relax.
Actually, fuck it. This is the Florida Vibe Directory. Go ahead, my G.
Don't order from them, bro. Their food is not it.
That's it.
I
We
literally cooked there, and I would eat nothing like there. Like, bro, like some of the shit that they had going on, I was like,
Son,
bro,
I love water bagel.
No
Yo,
need to
you
elaborate.
love rats and possum.
I'm sorry, yo. Like I literally made such
no,
a big
no, no,
scene
no,
in
no,
there.
no, no,
'Cause I'm like, bro, like,
Yo,
like,
we can't
listen.
keep serving these non-safe animals.
No,
Yo.
it was worse than that. Like,
What's worse than that?
Hold up. I was making jokes.
No, but
Good day on the couch, like nigga. You know you still work there, right?
Oh, yeah.
Nah, I don't work there.
Oh, you don't work there?
Trash them niggas.
nah, but like for real, like what ended up happening, like this set me off. Like one day, I'm just like, I'm vegetarian, so I can't eat meat, right, or fish. So
You look like a vegetarian.
yeah,
What you be eating then? Like,
nah, but like I eat, like I
plant-based. You a plant-based king.
I can eat plant-based food though.
You
I
can?
worked at a vegan restaurant before, 2 vegan restaurants. They got some good food though. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, plant-based be good.
Yeah, like a lot of people like the trash, but like there's actually some good shit out there.
Yeah, yeah.
But nah, like so I basically they sell bagels with the little cream, whatever the fuck like flavors they got. And like they had this almond butter cream and I put it on a bagel. We got a rush.
But it's fine.
We got this rush come in, so I was like, fuck it, I can't eat. So like I've already cooked it, I already put that shit on the side, whatever. And then like I finished the rush, it was like 30 minutes, I come back, I take a bite. I literally couldn't even chew it. I couldn't even swallow it. I spit that shit out so fast. I'm like, bro, why is this shit so disgusting? I go in there. I made such a big scene that day. I go in there. I pull it out, and I'm like, bro, what the fuck is this? This shit is literally 14 days expired.
What the fuck?
That's disgusting.
And I
Bruh.
ate that shit. I just sold somebody that shit.
Yeah, the funny part is it was Solmar's job to make sure he threw that away.
No, and you know what's crazy about that? I'm glad you said.
And
You know, this is the crazy part to me. I go up to the manager and I'm like, "Yo, like, you know, this is expired 14 days." She looks me dead in the eye. She said, "Well, who closes?" And I'm like, "I don't close. I
open.
got sessions. I'd be dipping before y'all be trying to have me close. I don't close." And she's like, "Well, whoever's closing is supposed to be checking that." I'm like, but you're a manager. You know
Like,
what?
you
I
gotta-
don't want to hear this shit no more. I walked away. I
That's
was just like,
disgusting, dog.
bro, don't eat from there. Fuck that place.
All right. So this is the last.
Fuck Whataburger.
Fuck them niggas,
wait.
man. Yo, that's how you
Water
gotta put
bagel.
the title. Is like Soulmar talks about developing the sound. Trashes.
we got the clips now.
Trashes Brooklyn Water Bagel and more.
And more.
All right. So
Better get a job at Chipotle next time.
sheesh.
Oh, but I was trying to tell you about the manager that hired me, right? So he was on some bullshit. Like this is like one of those situations when you know some people are like trying.
It's the one that needed the engineer, right?
I don't. I guess he already had an engineer. He just wanted to hear what I sound like. This is what he says. He's like, I just want to hear what you sound like.
That's so weird,
Let me
though.
do a free session.
What?
I'm like,
He's just trying to get free or cheap shit.
Basically,
right, and I'm just like, nah,
it don't work like that.
I'm not gonna do it. Like,
If you want to hear what I sound like, click this link.
Yeah.
nah, but he
Yeah,
says it to my face, and I tell him to his face, nah, I'm not gonna do that. It's $40 an hour. I'll do that for you.
That's solid
pretty
for,
damn good.
for your level. Yeah, that's solid.
Yeah,
as fuck.
you know, and I'm just like, all right, cool. Like, we could do that. And he was like, nah, I gotta hear what you sound like. So I'm like, bro, like, are you not trying to work or not? Like, I'm not, if I told you nah, like, I don't like how he's approaching it. Cause it's like,
Right.
don't ask me. If I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it.
Off
Not-
the strength of that, I like you and you're cool
yeah,
or whatever.
like, you feel me? Like, I'm not gonna have anyone ask me that and then, like, me follow through with that. I'm not gonna do that.
Okay.
I'm just not gonna do that. If I don't fuck with what you got going on, like, I'm gonna say something. Like, one thing people will learn about me is like I'm very vocal. If
I
I,
like
don't
that,
like
though.
something, I'm gonna let you know. Like, some people don't like it, but it's like I'm being real with you.
So what's that coaster say?
What's up?
right here?
No yes man.
Oh shit.
Yes, sir. We're getting close to the end, right, Luke? So I got one last question.
Oh wait, no,
for
we
you.
gotta talk about this. We gotta talk about the song dropping. What do you mean?
Back
Yeah,
to
you
you.
gotta get into the current shit.
Back to you.
Back to me.
Yo, it's fucking
No, that's the
Friday.
name of the
Oh,
song.
I was like, hold on. All right, let's get into the single then.
Yo, look, airdrop the single. Wait, first of all, introduce the single, introduce the project.
So the project is gonna be called Soul Music Volume 1.
And you're gonna be rapping and producing, or this is just like
Nah, this one
Does it start with an exclamation point?
oh no, that's just the way I organize my files.
Oh, okay, got you.
Yeah, it says like that. So like that pops up first in all my music. So like,
I understand that. I was just curious because it would be important for people to know if it did.
oh no, it's just Soul Music Volume 1.
I like the cover
So
art
like,
too, though.
so basically like, I make collab projects, collab tapes. That's what I call them. So like basically like this is my third one where like I'll literally have beats and I'll send them to people and like I've said before, I don't always work in in Florida. So this song is like I made this one. I found these acapellas. I was playing with the vocals and stuff like that. And I really like kind of like the vibe of like that it was giving me was like this little pop record or whatever. So like I made this beat around the vocals and I sent it to this guy Kim Joe. So
That's the
he's
dude from Texas, right? That you were telling us
he's
Not
actually
Cali.
from
Cali.
California.
Cali.
Yeah, and like I've already worked with him for a couple years, so he was down to do it. So like he does a verse and he sends me something, and like he's open to criticism too. So like I was like, oh, I really like this, but there's just certain parts I ain't like, and he redid his verse again. And then like after we put this together, like it kind of sat in my vault for like 4 or 5 months. So once I got closer to finishing the project and I started laying down everything, I started like realizing that a lot of these songs that I got, like I made like 23 songs, and a lot of these songs can actually play off each other, if as term as like a storyline kind of goes. So that's kind of like what like inspired it too. Like soul music, I feel like is a music that has like an impact to one personal experience. So like literally like the project is kind of like an experience through like different phases in a relationship that someone goes through. Like you hear like people have their little happy sides and they're like their honeymoon moment, and then like
Shit get
then
fucked up.
and then when shit does get fucked up, like a lot of relationships don't work out because someone fucks up, somebody does some shit, like it literally goes through different phases, and each song plays different parts of those phases, and I wanted them to all be cohesive and all to stand on their own. So by the time I get to the track listen, the beats weren't matching up. So I literally this song, for example, I felt like was way too upbeat compared to the last songs that played and the next song that's gonna play. So I literally deleted the whole beat, but I kept all the vocals that I had from the singer, and then
And retooled it around your project.
and I recreated the entire beat,
Wow.
and I gave it this type of vibe that I felt like I wanted the songs to transition a certain way, and this song like was the kind of switch I wanted, was like a tonal change in your like view on shit. So like at this point in the project, you're already kind of saying like I'm over you type shit. And then like you're kind of getting over that type of emotion, and now you're getting to a point where you're like
Love it.
You're about to
go back
cra-
to that
the-
person that they're talking about. That's kind of the title of the song, Back
So
to You.
what made you pick this one as the single?
Well, first it was later in the project. So I really wanted to pick out songs when I was picking a single. I wanted one later in the project so I don't have to retrack the playlist. I wanted people when they first hear it, they're hearing the new music first that wasn't out. And then the other songs that I did plan to put out are later in the project. So you can actually enjoy the project a bit more. Or if you just really like this one song, you can always go to it. You know, like I was saying earlier, I wanted every song to kind of play off each other, but also stand on its own.
I like that. I like that idea. I like the fact that you actually like put effort into sequencing your project. Like, all right, this is how you think about how you want the audience to feel. Because a lot of people are like, all right, cool, I made 7 tracks. Bloop, here you go. I'm gonna do an intro. I'm gonna do an outro. That's as much sequencing as is. But I like the fact that you actually think like, cool. I want you to go through like these waves of emotions. All right, cool. This song I want it to be on track 7, but the beat is too fast, so you actually slowed it all the way down. Too many people don't do that, so I actually love that. I can't wait to hear the album.
Honestly, almost to another level. Like it sounds like it's a step deeper than that, which is
I feel like
Wow.
you know, like I've listened to people a lot. When I grow up, I've been more listening than I am speaking. So like I've always hear people come to me with their problems and they'll just talk to me, especially girls. Like I get along with girls so easy, but like they like to like kind of tell me the things they go through, and it's just like a lot, like especially like I feel like a lot of the songs I end up making leans towards more the females, and that's because a lot of females go through these type of emotions where they're like,
Naturally.
you
And
know,
they embrace it
and
more.
and I feel like you know even on a deeper level, especially nowadays, now that mental health is more of a mainstream topic, is actually like fine for guys to also want to dive into it because they're now like more open to it.
Yeah, you can talk about your
and, you know,
emotions.
and like end of the day, you know, when you really think about things, you know, guys even they go through these emotions. They just speak to it on a very either handful of people or no one at all.
No one at all, really.
Yep.
That's hella true.
They don't even acknowledge themselves sometimes. Like a lot of people can't. Guys don't really talk about their emotions because sometimes can't communicate it. So it's dope that you're able to communicate that like
Through
through
sounds.
music, yeah, through
Yeah.
sound. That's dope as hell.
I mean, I feel like that's
gonna play
kind
the
of our
single?
purpose with our music too. Is like when we really want to talk about what kind of impact you want with your music, like, and you really start diving deep into your music, like you really start to figure out what you want. At least in those projects, that
Like at
you're
least in
putting
that
together.
moment in time.
Yeah,
And shit.
because like everything is an experience, and then even the project. Since I take my time with this, like if I wanted to drop the project when I said it, I had it ready, it would have been
Just
like
press space. Space. Yes. All right.
I was getting, we was getting
No,
try.
finish your
I've been
statement.
trying to
though.
not
But
play
no,
this
I was
song
gonna
for
say
10
like
minutes now.
Yeah,
if
finish your
if
statement,
I
sir.
like the way I created the project at first, if I would have made the project as fast as I wanted to, like just to put it out, I would have had it done in 3 weeks.
Right.
Because I literally have enough songs by that point in that 3 weeks. But I decided to take the longer route of actually taking my time with it, and like a lot of those songs didn't end up in the project because I end up making songs with other people a lot more, and like I took my time. Like I've had people drive out here from Tampa, and when he got here, he did his verse, and I was like, okay, I fuck with the first 8 bars, but the second 8, I feel like was in the direction that I was looking for. And he literally, before I even finished saying anything else, he was like, I'll rewrite it for you, and like
That's dope,
does
though.
it on the spot.
That's dope
Hell
that you
yeah.
have that rapport with artists and they trust you to the point. You know what I'm saying? That they could listen to that constructive criticism. Because I know, like, no matter what level of artist you are, we're all super, super sensitive of it. We're gonna get right into the song.
Of course.
Yeah. Before we get into the song, though, who else can we look for on the project?
So I have pretty much all the artists in Grindhouse actually on there. KG's on there. I'm trying to get a song with Dior Ding on there right now actually, and then I have Icy Crazy who he isn't usually around on the events too often, but he's usually like in the studio with me or Waldo.
Behind the scenes.
Yeah,
working
like he
with
does
them.
a lot. He's like low key right now because he's really trying to build up like his project right now. And like he has like 9 songs in. It just took a while, but like as long as he's able to like actually finish the project, that's what I really care because
I
you're
fuck
getting
with that.
things done. You feel me? So yeah, Icy Crazy's on there. We have Kim Joke. Shout out to him. He's in California. He's a really dope dude too.
Cali.
And I have like Bancy. He's from Ohio. Von Tez. He used to live down here. He moved out to Texas.
Shout out Vontez.
Like
we be topping in on Instagram.
like
we do though. Like liking each other's
Tay
shit. All
Tay
that.
the Don is on the project a couple times. He's all the way in Tampa. Really dope dude. I really fuck with him too. Like he's one of them people where like he's so ready to work at any given moment. Like you just tell him go and he's going. And there's more people. There's like 14 artists on there, and I'm just
I
like,
dig it. So it's a good amount. Then,
Man
so.
said he's DJ Khaled out here. So
I like it though, bro. I like it. Shit, I should have turned my verse in earlier, dog.
so introduce the track real quick.
This is. I'm not sure how to.
Go ahead. No. This
Nah,
this is your camera
Oh,
right
okay.
here. That's
Yeah.
your camera.
All right. Damn, that felt so much pressure off that one question. All right, but this is Back to You. This is a feature I did with Kim Joke all the way from California. I really hope that you guys fuck with this vibe right here. It's a really dope, unique vibe to it.
World premiere.
World fucking premiere.
First day.
I've been looking for answers, something more. Holding the past in my hands, now I'm fighting for someone I've ignored. To find who I am, and I've been taking all the time I need to get back to me. And missing all the ways that you and I used to be. Now I'm putting the fire to the floor. And I'm walking the world all alone, and I'm finally finding what's within. Now that I know, I will be taking chances just to get back to me. And missing all the ways that you and I used to be.
Yes, sir.
Putting the fire to the floor. 'Cause I've been busy, I've been chasing waterfalls. I stopped believing in some kind of miracle, and I've been staring at the sun for too damn long. But when I opened up the door, it led me back.
Shout out
to
Julio.
you.
Y'all see the cut.
When I opened up the door, it led me back to you.
Fell in love, shit got crazy, then I came back again. My toxic side would throw your love far as a javelin. I promise I can't.
This is a dude from
Shit,
Cali,
we've been
right?
through so much shenanigans. I'd rather work on me. Try to be those things I haven't been. Girl, you're my friend, so if you're mad again, I'm trying to hear you out. Skip the arguments, not just say fuck it then. Cause I love you, and it's genuine. It's all about you and the Benjamins. You're my family, but no kill us makes us stronger. If you let me in, all roads they lead to you. We just had to repair a few. There's some who need us together, and I know that you know who. I can already name two, but it's growing and it's cool. I promise you ain't no fool. We still got work to do. I ain't telling you what to do, but if you're open to something new, I can show you, not just tell you, even though all of it's true. I know actions are louder than words. I know that we can pull through. Come on, open up. These flowers are for you.
Dizzy, I've been chasing waterfalls. I started a miracle, and I've been staring at the sun for too damn long.
You better not hit us with the copyright claim. We on you.
It's automatic. No, you don't even have control over it. It's gonna happen.
You're right.
And you gonna get that money too. It's fine.
Soulmar got
what
that
the
sound.
directory is for.
Got that bang.
Support.
World premiere.
Yeah.
You got a little too much dip on your chip there, bro.
Yo, seriously, I want to acknowledge that we always leave the copyrights up on YouTube, copyrights. So every Florida Vibe directory where we play somebody's song, they get the monetization of it.
Power to the motherfucking artist, man.
Power to the people.
That's back to you by my boy Solmar. All right, so we're gonna wrap up soon. So I want to actually ask one last question. I always like to ask a random question. It's kind of been my thing. So like basically, if you were to do a movie starring Soulmar, you know what I'm saying? Soulmar,
It's a rom-com though, right?
we could do a rom-com again. All right, we'll do a rom-com.
I mean,
again.
that's what you be
Shout out
going
to
with.
Zach.
Nah.
Fox,
It gotta be action thriller this time.
Nah,
We gotta
nah.
switch it up. Switch it up.
I could see Soulmar in a rom-com.
But I feel like asking the casting of that is more interesting.
It's okay. So let's say you got a romantic comedy coming out this summer, right? You got to have two actors, right? Good Day is not around, so you're gonna need a homeboy to back you up. You're gonna need an actor to be, your friend, your support system, and then you're gonna have your love interest. So who would be the main actress, and then who would be your homie to have your back?
You mean on a personal level or
Like actors,
Not in the
actors,
movie.
actors.
I was like, damn, I don't really know actors like that. I ain't gonna lie. Johnny Depp,
Okay, so
Amber Heard.
Yo, so all
Sounded
right, so,
funny already.
so Johnny Depp's your backup.
That's it.
All right, we'll pencil Johnny, and I'm sure he's free this summer. We'll Yo, all right, so we got Soulmar and Johnny Depp.
And Amber Heard.
And nah, we'll take Amber Heard out. She's out.
She's
but
gonna need the work though.
She is gonna.
She definitely need the job.
Yeah, pay her under the table though. All right. So who would be like the main actress that you know what I'm saying? You going for in this romantic comedy?
Oh, Will Smith, Jada Smith.
Jada Smith.
Yeah, he said both of them.
Jada Pinkett.
Yeah. Or Pinkett.
All right, so this is the movie then. So you got Will being like Hitch. So this is like Hitch Part 2, but to get Jada.
Imagine they made a movie right now with all those people.
Yo.
Hey,
Talk about biggest movie in the world.
Soulmar, Johnny Depp, and the Smiths this summer coming to you.
When the project drops, Omar, or around when you trying to drop it?
September 2nd,
September
I
2nd.
fuck with that.
2022.
Virgo season. Yiddig.
Give him the name of the project.
Soul Music Volume 1.
Volume 1.
September 2nd.
Let's fucking go.
We out here.
Florida Vibe. All right, let me bring it in for the outro, or we off?
Bring it in for the outro.
Bring it in for the outro. You already know what it is, man. Shout out to my boy Jay Peasy, a.k.a. the Blue Art Architect. You know what I'm saying? I had to stand in here on the second mic, but I'm going to take control of the outro. Shout out to the legend Soulmar coming through over here. Hey, y'all make sure y'all tune in. Come rock with us tomorrow.
Hey, shout out One Good Day.
Shout out One Good Day.
Yes, sir.
Wait, hold on. Is there anything that you want to plug outside of music? Anything that you fuck with?
That boy ran it.
This is Tanaya.
He said, fuck what you got on
TJ Creek, and you're
Why
tuning
you
in
didn't
to
let me get that
Minds.
off?
Oh,
My finger slipped.
Oh, that was
Come on.
you? I thought that was Luke.
Nah, my finger slipped.
For giving it to JP.
Damn.
Man.
So, is there anything that you want to shout out? Anything, any restaurants that you fuck with? Any good movies you've seen? Anything you want to
Yo,
promote outside of
Especially the
music?
restaurants.
Outside of the music, I don't got nothing.
All right, bet.
I ain't gonna lie. I've been too focused. I haven't been thinking about that.
music.
I like that.
It's all you worry about.
Well, that is it. Florida Vibe Director. Y'all make sure y'all lock in with us tomorrow, 2 p.m. We are going motherfucking live on YouTube, Twitch, and Instagram. Proximity FM. We will be playing the Back to You playlist. Well, Back to You in the playlist. So y'all make sure y'all come rock with us, man. We do appreciate everyone that has been supporting the platform from the beginning. And JP, you got anything else to say, my brother?
Shout out One Good Day.
Yes, sir.
Finest name ever.
This is Anaya.
It's the righteous vigilante Jamar Creek, and you're tuning in to Minds Wide Open. Hey, yo, check it out. This is mainstream. Never mainstream. You're tuning in to Minds Wide Open Media.
Shout out to the Florida Vibe Directory. You are now listening to the best playlist in South Florida.